Hey, this is Mark.
And this is Kendrick.
And this is Movies in Black and White.
Bad boys, bad boys.
What you gonna do?
No!
What you
No!
gonna do when they come for
You will never do that again. Yeah, and y'all fucking up the lyrics as well.
And Nicky back and Nicky no break.
Come on, man. You gotta learn the lyrics. So obviously we're talking about Bad Boys for Life today.
Yes.
The third movie in the Bad Boys series. The first one, not to be directed by Michael Bay.
Well worth the wait, but directors did a great job.
Oh, yeah. Those guys were amazing. And they're freshly on the scene, too. They are new. And I had been watching Will Smith's YouTube channel when they were making this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they seemed like a couple of jokers. Like, I was like, oh, man, like, I don't know if
they can handle this.
Yeah. I mean, they were fresh off, their second movie, which I had never heard. I've never heard of any of their movies. Now I want to go watch those movies and check out their stuff. Just real quick, they are directing, after this one, this one's done now, they're going to go direct Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Nice.
With Eddie Murphy returning.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there at the moment. So their names were Adil El Arbi and Bilal Falal.
Yeah.
Whatever. Amazing guys.
Yes.
They were awesome. They did a great job with this movie. By far the best Bad Boys movie in the trilogy.
Yeah.
For me personally. Like,
yeah.
Awesome. A lot of callbacks to the previous movies.
Yes.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith in top form.
Incredible. The banter, the
cast.
Playing off of each other. Everybody in the cast playing off of each other. It was superb.
Yes.
I mean, I texted you after I went and saw it. I said, flawless.
Yeah.
It had no holes.
No, it didn't.
I mean, man, it was great.
Well, it was a nice setup. They're getting older. Marcus is always bitching about retiring or transferring or leaving, and then they always pull him back, which this time it was like, okay, that was actually really smart how you guys played this and stuff like that. They did a really good job with it. Their worst high stakes. Yeah. You felt like at any moment these guys could go. It wasn't like the last two where, Bulletproof Mike was Bulletproof Mike. Exactly. Some shit went down to where, and there's obviously heavy spoilers, in our videos, or not videos, but podcasts, we always have heavy spoilers for these reviews. It started off with them doing a car chase scene, or you think they're doing a car chase scene, but they're running from the cops, and then you realize, oh, they're not running the cops are guiding them, and their banter back and forth in the car. Hilarious movie. Like, my brother didn't want to go see it, and I made him go see it with me. And he afterward, he told me before we get to the movie, even if I like it, I'm not gonna tell you I like it. As we're walking out, he goes, "Fuck, you're right. I liked it. I'm just gonna get this out of the way right now. You were right again." I'm like, I told you. Like, it was. I knew it was gonna be good.
What was gonna be? How could it be wrong? I mean, honestly, they could have done bad with the direction. They could have done bad with.
This movie could have gone really wrong.
Like, but I think with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, you almost gotta pull that. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna pull that movie along.
Oh, they're lightning in bottle every time those two together. Yes. Their banter is unreal. But just from that first 10-minute sequence, it was about 10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10 minutes. Yeah.
You knew you were in for a ride.
Yes.
They were great together. It was funny. They didn't feel like they skipped a beat, even though it's been 17 years since the last one, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a hot minute.
Don't you dare. His hand stitched leather. You better swallow that.
That'll buff out. No, you will buff that out.
Yeah.
They're still amazing together. They didn't skip a beat. You would think they've been doing this their entire lives together.
Right.
And, I mean, it was great. Martin Lawrence was having a grandbaby. He was all excited. And then just the funniest moment in the movie happened is you see the dad. And it was Reggie the second one. And I went ballistic. I was laughing so hard at that. And my brother's like, "What are you laughing?" I'm like, "That's Reggie. That's Reggie."
He perfectly recapped that character.
Oh,
it was awesome. He's like, "Sir, I was gonna, I'm gonna make it.
I'll make her an honest woman, sir.
Yeah. But it's hilarious.
Oh, man, it's great.
But yeah, like you said, no more Bulletproof Mike. Mike is very susceptible to getting shot. They set it up so well for the surprise. I'm not going to reveal the ultimate surprise in this movie.
We will get to that at the very end of the podcast. So just know towards the end of this, and I will say huge spoilers before we get to it. Huge spoiler alerts for that, because that was a huge twist. But I feel like we do need to talk about it because it does set up something at the end.
Right.
But Mike gets shot about 6 times.
Yeah.
So you find out that it kind of happens with a prison break in Mexico. This woman escapes, and her son had helped her, and she sent him to go kill a list of people, and Mike was on that list, but she told him, "Save Mike for last. I want him to suffer."
Correct.
So this woman automatically, she has history with Mike Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
So the son goes, sets up his. You get the feeling that this dude's a bad dude right from the get go. He is a brutal SOB.
Yeah,
he ends up killing the competition that was supposed to be helping him out. Brutal dude. Gunned him down it just immediately. Well, he decides he's going to go after Mike Lowry first because Mike is going to be the one that he's going to have the most trouble with. He knows that. So he goes after him first, puts 6 bullets in him, and then takes off. Well, luckily Mike survives. And Martin Lawrence has a moment where he goes to the church in the hospital and prays to God and says, if you let my best friend, my brother, get through this, I will never commit violence again. Won't do it. Won't happen. And Mike pulls through. 6 months. Then 6 months go by.
They show him at the wedding.
And he gets back at the wedding, yeah.
Finally gets out of his wheelchair and he goes to his captain, says, hey. And the captain goes, no.
Oh, the captain's back from the previous 2. And yet again, awesome. Like, he kills it.
Pantaleone.
Yeah, I believe that's his name. Let me double check that.
But he says, no, you're not. I knew ever since you didn't die, you were going to ask me, and this crap was going to come back to me. He's like, no. He's like, but Captain, I need to go after this guy. So, in typical Mike Lowry style, bad boy style.
Well, it was personal.
He goes and asks Mark. He said, hey, we need to do this. Blah blah blah. And Mark says no.
He retired.
He retired. Yeah. He said, I'm retired. No, I'm not doing it. No bad boys. You need to turn off.
We're not boys no more, Mike.
He gets in with this new group of kids called AMO, Advanced Metro Miami Operatives. So he gets with them. They're a bunch of young kids. They're using tech.
Well, their leader is a lady that Mike had relationships in the 17 years between 2 and 3. And it was actually funny. I don't know if you caught it, but they made a joke about how Mike had broken up with Marcus's sister.
Right.
Which was super funny, but we'll get to that
later. Yeah, Rebel Union in the other one. Yeah. They start doing everything. He goes on a stakeout with them. Says, hey, you're here to observe. You're here to just, report back and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't go for that.
He doesn't go for it. He goes in and guns blazing, gets some things out of whack, and the guy he was there to gets killed.
Yeah, in a brutal fashion too. That was that was rough. Yet again, perfect banter, because when the captain shows up and he goes, "What did I say? What did I say? What have I told you about killing people? You're telling me you didn't kill any people? Oh, come on, Cap. You know I killed some people. Like,
come on. But they did this to themselves.
Yeah, they started it. Great movie. The characters were good. Like, when I saw who was playing the Ammo kids, I was like, God damn it. Like, really? You got to give me these, Vanessa Hudgens and some other guys that had been on, like, some Disney Channel shows.
Correct.
And YouTube and stuff like that. It was just, really? These people? Like, come on.
Right.
And then they actually did a really
great
good job. Like, they were great. I loved them all. They were awesome. And the blonde haired kid, I forget his name, the really tall one, he was my favorite of the 3.
Dorn.
Yeah, the big boy. Yeah, he had the best moments.
Yeah,
with the ammo group.
End, yeah, definitely. Him, just because I slept with your mom doesn't make me your grandpa.
So they really play into the fact that these guys are now older.
Yes,
they do. But they don't skip a beat. Like, we had been joking that we saw Will Smith running in a video, and he looked like an old man. But then in the movie, they had a foot race right before Mike got shot. Marcus and Mike Lowry did. Will Smith does not look old while he's running. He still hoofs it like a young guy. He is fit as a fiddle.
Definitely.
Martin Lawrence, not fit as a fiddle, but he still keeps up. And they play off that a little bit, how he's slower and not as strong as Mike, but it's funny, especially when his glasses come into play.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. They did a really good job. So the whole time you see the other guy, the bad guy, killing the people on the list. Mm-hmm. So ultimately you end up finding out that Mike had a previous job with the captain as a undercover agent in Mexico with that lady that broke out of jail in the beginning. He was the one that put her in jail, and now she's trying to get revenge, and she sent her son to go get the revenge. Well, unfortunately, the captain was also on the list. And when the captain got shot and killed in front of Mike, that's when Marcus came back into the picture. He said, you know what, we're going to get this motherfucker. We're going to get him back. Bad boys for life. And then that's when it really starts to pick up the pace even more. This is an action-packed, fast-paced movie. Yeah. There's not a moment where you're just like, oh, come on, get to the next scene. It is nonstop.
It is nonstop. And, there's one question that, you may raise if you go see the movie that okay, why didn't this guy go after Marcus? I mean, they wanted to make Mike Lowry suffer the most. So why didn't they go after Marcus? Well, he has a kind of a code that he doesn't do. He's not going to kill innocent people.
Yeah, the bad guy, the kid, yeah.
So it kind of marks him off limits, which is really a good caveat there. But like you said, just tremendous action, tremendous choreography of the action scenes too.
Yes.
I mean, it was believable. It was like, okay, these guys are really understanding. I saw some of the videos of how they trained to handle the guns, to handle different things. I mean, I think everybody has turned up the game a lot since John Wick.
Oh,
since you saw Keanu Reeves
going through that tactical training. Oh my gosh!
Training.
And then him getting mad at himself because he was off by like half a second.
Exactly.
Yeah, and everybody's like, no, we gotta go with Keanu on this one.
And do these things. So I mean, you see more of that, more of the hand-to-hand combat, really taking it seriously, and it shows in the movies. But yeah, this movie gave us so much just on both ends. It was touching because I mean, there's character that dies that you've been with since the beginning. So that's a powerful moment. You also have these guys who can't stop.
They won't stop
bantering.
Yeah,
with each other.
They can't and won't stop. I mean, and one of my favorite scenes, and this really shows how long they've been friends for, was when they had to drop off the baby when Marcus sent his wife for a spa day, and they dropped the baby off at the spa, and he goes, "Okay, Mike, you've known her for a long time. On a scale of 1 to 10, how pissed was she?" He goes, probably a 9. He goes, you better make it a 10. Forgot the baby wipes. Like their banter was on point. I'm gonna pierce this man's heart with my soul. Marcus being typical Marcus. It was great. But like I said, they play into the fact that these guys are older, and they start to acknowledge the fact that they're older and that they're the wiser ones that kind of have to guide the younger generation, but they're still the bad boys. They take care of business, and they will go and fuck up somebody's day if need be, and they are not above making somebody a fool right then and there. Like when they go to bust up that birthday party to get the kid's name was Armando, the assassin's name's Armando, to go get Armando's second in command. They go up and sneak in there and kind of like blend in, and they go up to him and go, "You're going to jail today, motherfucker." Can you say print, or when I say what is it,
bad guy,
you say jail. Bad guy, jail. Criminal. When I say criminal, you say jail.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, it was great. And they that movie had some really good solid jokes throughout. Like they referenced jokes they did earlier in the movie, and it worked. Like they were there was not a moment that fell flat. Like everything fit perfectly, didn't skip a beat. It made everybody laugh. Like the theater I was in, everybody was laughing the whole time. Yeah. There was not a moment when I was laughing that there wasn't anybody else laughing.
Exactly.
Everybody was laughing the whole time. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. When Reggie came up, I lost it. Yeah. I lost it. I was one of the few people that was really dying laughing. Obviously, my brother hadn't seen Bad Boys 2 in a long time, so he didn't remember Reggie. But I was losing it. I thought it was so funny because I always joke, if I ever have a daughter, me and my buddy are going to go and do that. Obviously, we're going to clean it up and add a little different words there. We'll be more the redneck style of that thing, but it was hilarious, and I want to do that. I don't want a girl, but I will do that if that comes up.
Mike, how you fucking witch without a condom? You wrap that shit
up. It was a good movie. It was absolutely hilarious. There's no scene in this movie that overdoes the freeway chase scene from Bad Boys 2.
No.
Not for me, it doesn't, because that chase scene is by far the best.
That chase scene and the one where they're going down through the jungle.
Oh, the villas in Cuba. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, that was
but that's Michael Bay. Michael Bay had honed his skills to that point where he was really good at doing this. I mean, the first Bad Boys, there was nothing like that. Now, it was lower budget, obviously, the first Bad Boys. But the second one, he really knew what he was doing, and he killed it with those scenes.
And looking at this movie, too, you could see some Bay-esque stuff, but that's because, Jerry Bruckheimer was a producer on it.
Well, they kept the tone. I mean, these guys even know what they were doing. The two directors, they knew what they were doing. Yeah. They wanted to fit it within that universe, and I think so did Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. I mean, hence why they signed up for it to come back. Now, the good news is this movie's doing so well and is so well received. I mean, I personally, like I said, I think it's my favorite one in the whole series.
I think so.
I am not the only one that's saying that, though. They've already greenlit a fourth one,
yeah.
and Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are returning.
Yeah.
So obviously they make it through this movie alive. It didn't feel like it at certain points, but they made it through alive, and they did. I'm happy that they're leaning into okay, we're going to be the older, wiser mentors, and they're kind of doing a little bit of a tonal shift, but not too drastic of a tonal shift. Not like with the Fast and the Furious movies where you went from streetcar races to all of a sudden we're going heists.
Yeah.
This one is a nice, slow transition that fits systemically within the story.
I agree.
I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. I really hope that those two return to direct because they are really good.
They were
even though I really want to see a Beverly Hills Cop 4,
yeah,
I'd much rather see a Bad Boys 4 at this point.
Well, I mean, I think we're going to get both.
Well, no, because I think they already set a release date for Bad Boys 4, and let me double check here because I read it the other day. Following the opening weekend box office success, Sony announced plans for a fourth installment with Chris Bremer returning to write the script. Okay, so they don't have a release date.
Right.
So I hope that maybe they let these guys go do Beverly Hills Cop 4 and then say, yeah, you know what, come back and do Bad Boys 4. You guys killed it. I don't want Michael Bay coming back to do this, fourth one. Michael Bay's a good director. He knows his action sequence, but these guys know how to fine thread a story very well with their action sequences.
They did a great job.
And they approach the less is more with certain things like, yeah, we could go do this grandiose Michael Bay style action sequence, or we could do a really good action sequence with a great story throughout it as well. And I think they balanced it just perfectly. That's the problem with Michael Bay. He goes too bombastic for the sacrifice of the story.
Exactly.
I mean, that's always been his MO, though. But yet again, he still makes great movies. And he actually had a cameo in this movie. Did you catch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a DJ at Marcus's daughter's wedding. Yeah, that was great. I mean, he's always been... He was in the first Bad Boys movie, I think. I know for a fact he was in the second one. Because he was with... They took his car, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to drive the shit out of this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny. Those guys are great. It was fun. I mean, okay, so the way we know it sets up a fourth one, this is where we get into the huge spoiler territory.
Right.
The Armando, the assassin, you end up finding out that that's Mike Lowry's kid. That the lady that escaped from prison, while Mike was working undercover, he was going to run away with her.
Yeah, she was the cartel lord's wife.
Yeah.
And he was the driver. Michael Lowry was a driver. His name was Ricky at the time. And they connect, they fall in love, and they were going to run away together.
But then Mike decided, my job, I need to follow through with my job, and this bitch is crazy. Hence why Martin Lawrence always jokes, you fucked with a witch without a condom?
Yeah.
How you gonna fuck a witch without a condom, Mike?
Yeah, she was in some really
But
evil
so
stuff,
the reason he also knew it was his kid was because she made her son say something to Mike right before he was supposed to kill him. That they only say to each other. And her husband at the time couldn't have kids.
Right.
So there was no choice. This was his kid. And Mike tries to do the good thing of it, and he really pushes for it, trying to connect with his son. And it's like, I'm not going to fight you.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I'm
getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, he was getting
his ass kicked a couple times, actually. Dang,
And he knew it was his kid. Like, he kind of had a feeling. And then right when he said it, he knew. There was no shadow of a doubt in his mind. He was like, this is my kid. He's got my same tenacity. He's got my fire. He's got my attitude. This is my child.
He's crazy like me.
Yeah.
Fucked up. He's the fucked up version of me. No, Mike,
you're
the fucked up version of you.
They were funny.
Yeah,
like
funny.
Martin Lawrence, he can sell a line. Even if it's
certainly.
a somber moment, he can still make it funny. The son survives. Mike survives. Marcus survives. Armando goes to jail. He's gonna go pay his penance for doing all the wrong he did. He's very guilt ridden from all the stuff.
Isabel gets killed. So
yes, she does. Yeah, she goes out in a blaze of glory, quite literally. It was very, very gory how she goes out. Very, very rough. It was up there with how the guy got pierced by the forklift.
Oh, kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. It was brutal. There was some really good parts in this. He was just like, damn, that looked like a hurt. Ow! Like when the guy got crushed by the car on the lift.
Yeah. Oh, that was tough.
So Armando's in jail, and they have their big celebration. The bad boys are back. They're gonna stay. They're gonna help out. They're gonna work together. Bad boys for life. They say that throughout quite a few times. Anytime I hear a movie title in a movie, I'm like Peter Griffin, like, there it is. That's why it's called that. Like, it always
which
comes to my
really
mind.
surprised me. I mean, maybe they didn't want to pay him, but the song "Bad Boys," we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
by Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
I thought would be in the movie because it uses that mantra.
Yeah, but they kind of did like remixes of it with other songs kind of played through. I mean, the soundtrack was really good.
Oh, yeah,
they did really good. I mean, they never had straight up the Bad Boy song.
Well, no, I'm just saying not the Bad Boy song, but there's a
Puff Daddy
Bad Boy record label song.
Yeah. No, they did. I think they played it during the credits.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'll have to double check that. But the music was good. They did a really good job with the music.
Good music.
But so at the end, after it's all sudden the credits start to play, and then it kind of stops, and you see Will going in, or Mike Lowry going into the jail cell to go meet with Armando and say, you know, I'm here for you. You need anything? How you doing? That kind of thing.
Right.
And then he goes, you know what? I can help knock some of the prison sentence off if you're willing to help us out with this case. Automatically, it's like, okay, that kind of sets up for another sequel. Like, hey, Mike Lowry's son's going to start working with them to help them out. And these young kids are going to come back for more. And it was... I'm really excited. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd say I'm excited to see Vanessa Hudgens come back in a movie. But I'm excited to see Vanessa Hudgens come back in a movie.
Yeah, like you said, they all did a really good job with their characters.
Damn, were some of them hot, though. The lady that led Ammo, that Mike had a thing with, oh my gosh, when she walked into that club with that dress, I was like, ooh, and my brother was like, you alright? I'm like, yeah, whew, damn, girl. Like, holy shnikes. But it was such a good movie, so visually well done, so well framed, so well paced. Like, it was, kudos to those two directors. I can't wait to see what you guys do next, personally.
Yeah.
And it's killing it at the box office, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's
smashing.
It's probably stay there until Birds of Prey comes out in 2 weeks. I'd imagine. I don't think it's going anywhere.
I agree.
Because like right now it's at $216 million, which it didn't have it had a $90 million budget. Which did the second one have a bigger budget than that? Do you remember?
Can't remember that one.
Definitely the best one in the series. Yeah, it did. Bad Boys 2 had a $130 million budget. Only made $273 million.
This one's gonna kill it.
Oh yeah, well it's already more of a financial success than the second one and even the first one. But I'm just happy that they're going to come back for more and that we get to see more of this series and see where it progresses from here.
Yeah, me too. It's a good series.
Now, I did go see it in Cinemark's D-Box. Have you ever done one of those?
No.
The chairs that move?
The move, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. So, like, the chair will move with the camera with, like, vehicles when they're running. So your chair will rock back and forth and go back and forward. It was really cool. Like, it was if you get a chance to go see it, yeah, it's worth it. I mean, I went on Discount Tuesday, and for that ticket alone, it was just $10. So it's worth checking out.
Yeah, definitely.
But that movie, highly recommend going and see it in theaters. Absolutely recommend to go see that one in theaters.
Yeah,
don't wait for that one to come out on DVD.
You have to,
or Netflix or whatever.
It was made for the big screen.
Absolutely,
it's giant.
Of course, I feel like we say that for a lot of movies.
But there's certain movies that are like, okay,
I could have waited for that.
You want to see this in all of its glory.
Yes,
it's like large and in charge.
And we're going to talk about this as soon as you go see it. That was like The Gentleman. You could wait to see The Gentleman not on the big screen. It's not one of those movies like you have to see on the big screen. Right. Now, for you personally, I recommend you go see on the big screen because we need to talk about that movie. It's definitely worth seeing in theaters. You know, pay the ticket price to go see it. You won't regret it. For me personally, like I said before numerous times already, it's my favorite Bad Boys movie in the series. I'm giving it a 9.5. Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I thought it was flawless. There's only little questions, but basically flawless.
Well, it's questions they could probably answer it.
I'm gonna go 9. I go 9.7 with that.
Damn, you're giving me a higher score than me. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I love this movie.
Well,
I like the fact, it felt like, all right, these guys are back.
Yes.
Well,
right when the beginning goes with their car chase, or with their car scene.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence leans out the window yelling at these people on the beach. Don't worry, we'll pull ourselves over later.
Yeah.
Playing off the black cards.
We're cops and we're black. We'll pull ourselves over later.
Oh yeah, DJ Khaled was in this movie too.
Yeah,
that was cool. My brother got really excited when he saw him.
He was like, grab Lowry's suit.
I'm sorry,
you just
pig guts
fat on my suit.
Oh man, it was a great movie. Definitely worth watching. I actually want to go see it again. My wife and I got a date night the other day, and we talked about going to see it, but she really wanted to go see something I hadn't seen, so that's why we went and saw The Gentleman.
Yeah, I went and saw it twice.
Did you really already?
Yeah. Wow. I saw it on Thursday. What was it? No, I saw it Friday.
And then you went and saw it again?
And then I went and saw it again on Saturday.
Huh.
Saturday night.
Lucky.
Yeah.
I want to see it again.
It's great, man.
I'll have to find time. Maybe I'll go again on Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's our scores and review of Bad Boys. Anything else you want to add to this one?
You know what? I like the fact that we are getting some of the classic comedic actors back in the running.
Yes.
Back in the game.
Yes.
I mean, Eddie Murphy's come back. You know, these two are coming back strong in this comedic performance.
Yeah. Well, Martin Lawrence is definitely coming back. Yeah. Will Smith hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah, he hasn't gone anywhere. But I mean, he's had some movies. You know, Gemini Man didn't do as well as he wanted it to. Definitely
well,
not.
that had some issues with it. So that was in production hell for like a decade.
So I mean, you know, you have those things like that. But this is a movie that says, okay, back right on the top of the heap.
Yeah. Well, this is one of those rare movies that the sequel comes out close to 20 years later.
Yeah.
That actually is good. It doesn't happen often where you get a sequel that's
and that it just picked up right where it left off.
Yeah. I mean, they always try to like it left. They always try to do this. Oh yeah, this is why they've been gone for so long. Yeah. It's like I don't need that. You know, we just need to know that they're doing good. Let's get right into it. And that's what they did with this movie.
So we're doing the same old thing we've been doing. It's like, hey,
yeah, we're just Bad Boys. Let's get to it. Exactly. They kill it. They do an awesome job. So, yet again, highly recommend.
Yes.
Go see it. Let us know what you think.
Very much so.
We want to take a quick minute to tell you thank you for all your support we're getting on Facebook. I think last time we're up close to 60 followers. You know, we really appreciate that. We're hoping to continue to grow that and get more involved with you guys and, you know, get the comments flowing. We'll get back to you guys and talk to you guys. It's one thing we're really looking forward to. You know, we really appreciate all the support we're getting on this and want to continue to grow this and enjoy it and have fun. Hopefully, here this year, our goal for us is to get somebody on the show that has worked in movies and TV and talk to them, just to have fun with that.
Out there that'll grace us with their presence. And
so, what do we have left to talk about this month that we're going to try to get to? I know last
1917.
Yep, and A Lonely Guy. We still have to do that as well. So hopefully we'll be getting those out soon. Hopefully, I need to get Lonely Guy out before the end of the month.
Yeah, we do.
So we'll get to that all, and then next month we got Birds of Prey coming out, which I think is the only movie that's really coming out in February that we had any sort of desire to go see, right?
I think so.
There's nothing else? Because I know 007 comes out in April.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good movies this year, but I don't know what comes out for February. Here we go. In February, we got Birds of Prey, Fantasy Island, which I don't know if you want to see that. That was with Michael Pena.
That looks crazy.
That does look good. Sonic the Hedgehog, which I want to see because I feel like that's worth talking about, especially after all of the hubbub that went through that.
Craziness, yeah.
The Call of the Wild, which was with Harrison Ford. I actually do want to see that.
Yeah.
And then The Invisible Man, which looks really, really good. I'm really curious to see how that one plays out. Mm-hmm. So let us know what movies you guys want us to review. We'll definitely get to them the best we can. My wife's been working with me to help me go see movies, thankfully. I love that woman to death. I don't know what I'd do without her. I think that's all we have for now, so we'll see you all next time with a review for 1917, I think, or a Lonely Guy. You want to do a Lonely Guy first?
Yeah, we'll do Lonely Guy first.
We'll come back with a Lonely Guy here in a couple of days. So I'm Kendrick.
I'm Mark.
And this has been Movies in Black and White.